Hey everybody, Nicole Johnson, Covision Real Estate Group, and today's frequently asked question about mortgage notes is what happens if a loan pays off? So let's say you've got a borrower and they're ready to go refinance and get a different loan somewhere else. They fully have the right to do that. So they're going to go out, they're going to find a new bank that has, maybe they have a 6% interest rate when the agreement and payment with you is at an 8% interest rate. So they're ready to refinance. What they're going to do is they're going to get a new loan with a new lender with better terms. And so what they do is the loan servicing company acts as the middleman. The loan servicing company identifies what the final payoff is. Because now remember, you're not just an investor, you're a bank. So it's no different than what Wells Fargo has to do when their loan gets paid off because you've refinanced with a different bank. It's literally the same thing. You are just the actual bank and the actual lender on it. So the loan servicing company will identify what the final payoff is, find the final figures, and they're going to send you those final figure numbers to identify them, to confirm that that agrees with what your documentation shows as well, that all of the fees have been paid, all of the mortgage balance is current, all the interest has been paid. So you're identifying that final number and seeing that. And so then if those numbers line up, they're also going to reach out to their new lender. So they'll reach out to the new lender and say, okay, here's the payoff, here's the balance, what we need for the settlement statement. The title company might be involved if they're going through a title company or a lawyer. So they're going to identify what the final payoff figure is. And then at closing for that borrower is going to go to the title company or their attorney, depending on what state they're in. They're going to sign new documentation for their new loan, their new mortgage, and then that lender is going to send the money to the title company. That title company will send the money to your loan servicing company for what your loan balance is, and then the servicing company will service that loan, that payment, and then send you the remaining balance. So the balance of what was left on the loan, that will get sent to you in a big chunk of money back as the payoff. So once you've received that, you'll also sign a letter to release that lien against that property. So you're saying this loan has been paid off in full because you've received those full funds for the balance of the loan. You've received it in full. You release the lien, and so then that documentation, the lien for yours, gets released. So it shows they no longer owe you money, and now they have a new deed of trust in place with their new lender, whoever that is. So now you've recapitalized your money. Well, your next steps are to call Marcus and I and say, hey, I got these funds back. I'm ready to go out and buy a new loan. And you recapitalize that money. So long story short, I hope that helps. If you have any questions, I know it's a bit complicated on the answer, but if you have more questions, feel free to reach out and give me a call. Would love to share more information with you. Take care. Bye.